yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, oh, another session, there we go, there we go. Here we go, Yahweh, am 5. wird es gelöscht. Hey, Yahweh, Yahweh. How long is that, how long is that, how long is that? We shall see it tomorrow, we shall see it tomorrow. So this is here my calendar for Sunday, physical and emotional cross. Connection call, the strategy call, the homosi call, the voice agent bonanza, and between here and 3 a.m. we have the tag automation, and then we have between 4 and 11, which are 5 hours, Yahoo, the Legion and the Mindset call. Afterwards we bring our stuff to the market, and we're setting up another sale for the day after, for the Wednesday, the 8th. Es ist so leicht, Yahoo, Yahweh, we have the co-building experience, Yahweh. Oh, on Thursday, we have the clarity call, the tech support call, Yahoo, the co-working session, Yahoo, the sales review call. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 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 oh, the intellectual cross. On a Sunday, we have an intellectual cross. So we have the call with James and we have the wizard call on our intellectual cross. This coming Sunday. This is very interesting and very important. Aha, oh, yeah, yeah, see, journal 4. We keep going, yeah, oh, hey. We keep going, ja, mit dem Journal, gehen wir vorwärts, ja, oh, ja, ja, oh, ja, ja, hey, oh, ja, ja, oh, ja, ja, oh, hey, hey, ja, oh, ja, ja, hey, ja, oh, ja, ja, oh, ja, ja, hey, hey, ja, 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 oh, ja, 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 oh, ja, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, oh, hey, yeah, yeah. Oh. And you had to have strength, because weakness would have meant what? Question mark. So it was absolutely fit for the situation back then, where weakness, what you thought weakness meant, with not so strong understanding of what things mean as a 6-year-old, you had to do that, period. But today, thanks to you and perhaps the grace of God, there's a choice available, unless you choose, close yourself willingly from that choice, period. But the only reason you would do that, considering you got a lot more joy for your life, would be because you think it's not safe, period. Basics, principles, main themes of the seminar, energetic realignment, habits, manifestation. But it was really the poor judgment that you had back then as a child that will make you suffer not only now, but long into the future, period. What consequence do you have as a result of that strength, question mark? And what are the consequences you don't like that, truthfully speaking, also come from it, question mark? So it is not really the strength you are after, but the perceived protection that it gives you, period. But does it really, or does it shut your heart? And in so doing, opens the door wide for advantage-taking men to come in, period. Because you starve yourself from love, you lack the discernment because you need it so much, it opens up all kind of blind spots and weaknesses that can be exploited, period. Leverage is method falling away dash gym. Mary dash no one can love you, period. They may give you sympathy, but it's not love and there's a difference and you know it, period. Jess dash all of this out of her willingness to stay in the red with her own daughter, period. Lisa dash your son will have the same pain as you do. Alicia dash we don't have to do anything, cause soon enough you will age enough that you don't have the looks to manipulate. Leverage is immediate pain for not changing now and immediate pleasure for changing now. Reinforcement, adjacent unwanted behaviors falling away, dash global healing. Values reached, dash gain, more, always, forever, pervasive. Top 2 human needs falling away. Top 2. Needs being impacted. Needs of the person that the blueprint came from. Impact of that pattern of somebody he deeply cares about and is his vehicle for love. Leverage makes change a must, dash. I sell my client on the change by getting him to agree to that bargain, dash. Something that he values even more than the pain. Leverage makes change a must. I utilize the global solution for leverage. How he will be consistent with his global beliefs. How this pattern is already out of alignment with his global beliefs. What this pattern is costing him in terms of his most important needs. What are you feeling right now? And what are you thinking? Question mark. Leverage comes from pain because change is mainly a way to get out of pain. Leverage is showing the pain that is in the future for the vehicle of love, Lisa, how her son will not have a relationship with a woman and his kids have to suffer if she doesn't change now, dash. She hangs on to her pain because she believes that she still needs to protect herself from her father, so I need to work on the beliefs and strength and weakness. I give her a bargain, what she values even more than the pain, love, She may not do it for herself and her own relationship with her husband, because she may already have given up, but she may do it for her son and his getting love from his wife. For Jim, what he valued more than the pain, because he got sympathy from it and believed he needed and deserved punishment, then I would have linked pain to how he meets his needs short term, which is now, and show him how there will be immediate pleasure for changing now. Reinforcement, I show how his deepest fears of people he loves fall away or are being affected by it, and how. Jess, turn around leverage, why do you let your daughter be the parent for you, ? To link the pain. That made you most angry, didn't it, ? To the behavior she is currently displaying through turnaround. Linking past painful situations to that current pattern that she needs to change. For Alicia, pain of aging. For Shalini, pain of being left alone, rejected, abandoned, or else he would have run. Hurt her deeply because this is her deepest fear based on her deepest wound. For Bob, leverage was the good old times when he felt alive. Feeling alive is a value that he used both for Bob and Shalini. I am utilizing my client's identity for massive psychological leverage. Lisa, is this who you are? ? Showing a rebellion person how she exactly became how her father wanted her to be. Showing a compliant, pleasing client how he became how his parent didn't want to be, or how the other parent, his mom, didn't want him to be, and showing how he is exactly like the person that hurt his mother. Reinforcement, value turnaround, He is a responsible man, so he would be responsible for the fact that you are not happy as he hoped you would be. He is a successful man, so by complying to his rules, that made him unhappy, you actually make him feel unsuccessful So he is confused in that way. Reinforcement, outcome, outcome, amplifying the pleasure, amplifying the pain. Amplifying the pleasure, amplifying the pain. Amplifying the pleasure, amplifying the pain. How his real life scenarios are going to play out and how they are going to look to him, sound to him, and feel to him, and the associated thought, feeling, and behavior patterns that come with it. Reinforcement with needs, needs falling away, needs coming in, loss, less, and never for responsibility. Turnaround, he is a very responsible man, so he would be responsible for the fact that you are not happy like he hoped you would be. The relationship you have with your husband will get magnificent. Some of his suffering will disappear, you have an opportunity, it's not your responsibility, but you have an opportunity to be a part of that healing. I show and tell my client how by making this change of this one most challenging pattern that is getting in the way of living the life of his dreams. Leverage, I always start out by finding what needs the current pain is meeting, like in the example of Alan, connection with himself. I listen to past painful situations which I can link to the undesired pattern. So, if God thinks you are worthy, would he want you to live in shame? So it's not hard, it's that you keep surrounding yourself with people you can control. Reframe. I utilize redefine of the first portion of the belief, redefine of the second portion of the belief. Intent, what was his intent, What did you intend in doing that, Otherwise you wouldn't have come to a crazy place like this, Evidence through behavior. You have told me it's unjust, thoughts. Talking to her feelings and behaviors. You have two choices now, either stay as you are or significantly change, Two options, choices. Another outcome, dash. What if it wasn't about strength, comma, but that which the strength enables you to do, question mark. I know your brother assisted. Acknowledgement and sympathy. I understand now why you look down on him. Cold read. You could have looked for love where it wasn't possibly reachable. Sarcasm. That would have been a smart thing to do. But that's not okay for you. Cold read thoughts. So you do as much as you can in business, and then you do it again in your personal life. Reading behavior. So in a way, it is a way of saying, fuck you, Dad, I am as good, as powerful as any boy. And spend your whole life being angry about it. Stating the current and linking pain to leverage. For leverage. You love them and you want them to love you. Stating what she said earlier. But at some level you want to overpower them, comma, because your father didn't give you what you wanted. Dynamics, comma, stating what had happened. So you do it as much as you can in business, and then you do it again in your personal life, stating what she is doing that she agrees with. And then you hate yourself for it, comma, because that is not who you are. Reinforcement with identity. And then you tell yourself you can't do anything else. Verbalizing her beliefs. Because after all, you are masculine. Stating the belief that she verbalized earlier. And you have had to be with a father like that and a brother like that. Justification. What would happen if you realized that the real challenge just is that you feel unsafe, question mark, slash. That you are just scared of feeling unsafe, question mark. You are scared of not being loved like your father didn't love you. Verbalizing her fear. Like with Shalini, colon. What if I fuck up, comma, what if I'm not good enough, question mark. What if I fuck up, what if I'm not good enough, question mark. Like with Shalini. Desire, comma, outcome, comma, consequence, comma, intent, comma, reason, comma, behavior, comma, feeling, thought, comma, fears, comma, annoyances, comma, fantasy, comma, verbalizing belief she stated earlier, comma, stating fact or dynamic, comma, delineation. So you try to beat somebody to the punch always, verbalizing her behavior, and you cut off the feelings inside you that are really real, and you manufacture a set of behaviors that will hopefully make them reject you on some level. Intent, reading her behavior. If that doesn't work, then you denigrate them, convert them into something they are not. Behavior. If that doesn't work, you actually go back to your true feminine just for short bursts to pierce through. Intent/outcome. But then, when they come, you are afraid it won't last. Fear. And then, the conquering part of you still thinks it has to protect for you to be safe. Verbalizing intent as one part of her, and then the whole thing starts over again. Dynamic, real life circumstances. Independent, strong as any man, convinces herself that she is stronger, she is not, just stronger than the men she picks. So that she is never in the position that her father put her in again. Intent/outcome. And then she despises these men because she can control them. Dynamics. She loses passion. Consequence/leverage. But she doesn't let go because she still likes to have the love and certainty hanging out with her and not being alone. Reading her real behavior, intent. And you never had to worry about them cheating on you or controlling you. Avoiding negative consequences, avoiding pain. So it gave you certainty and base levels of love. Outcome. But you didn't feel significant long term because they weren't stronger or unique in what they brought to the table. Consequence. It didn't feel safe. Consequence. 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 And you didn't feel safe. Consequence. But you do when you are with your niece, stating her real feelings. And how is she going to protect you and take care of you? ? Linking what safe implies to the statement as a rephrasing of safe. This is about somebody who wants something more than life itself, but then pushes it away just as rapidly. Behavior. Because she is fearful of what it would mean. Reason. Because it is not something she has ever experienced before. Cause, stating what she agrees with, even though it is something that she wants. Desire. She thinks, dash, perception, dash, some of us have. You thought so, dash, perception, dash. This will make you a little frustrated. That has got to be. She knows, believes, perceives. There is. Wants, desires, longs for, hopes, fears, avoids, loves, hates. That's got to be heavy. Outcome is to show the consequence of this belief. This happened to her when she was this tall. You didn't come to this on your own, you came to this as an adaptation. What are you doing all of this for, though? Question mark. Your desire to help people is admirable, but what is this going to give you? Question mark. Because you obviously wanted more, otherwise you wouldn't have stood up, period. Tell me what an extraordinary life looks like to you, period. If all this is a journey, hence you can meander around and it would be fine, but that is not fine for you. Her evaluation. But it has nothing to do with life. Reframe. It has to do with the game in your head. Reframe. Some made that game very difficult to achieve. Third person. Hers is very difficult. Difficult. Third person. Now she believes that crap on some level, but part of her knows more. Delineating pattern from essence. She came because she wants to maximize her potential. She does this because. She does this thinking. She does this hoping. She does this hoping her work would outdo her doubt in her relationship. Protect, give, get, blame, annoy, outwork. That means to me, in spite, regardless, no matter, even though, although. But it doesn't, and didn't, period. Not even once, period. And that old model you have actually worn out. And it no longer gives you any juice, which is true for her. Because her father is a good father, and he knows what difficult world is out there, verbalizing his thoughts. If you're gonna love me and be loved by me, you're gonna be independent. Verbalizing inner conflict. So she worked hard her whole life to control herself into this being that is no longer fully alive. Stating the consequence. But she tries to act like she is, convincing herself she is stronger. Because there's a part of her that truly wants this change, delineating the pattern from the essence. That's why she came to a place like this. Evidence through her behavior. That means to me, there is a hunger inside of her in spite of what you see on the outside, period. But she is just scared because what if I fuck up and I'm not responsible, I'm not controlled? Verbalizing her fears. And I am not successful at the level I should be. Verbalizing fears. I don't take care of everything. First person. I don't do it all. First person. That's got to be heavy. Consequence. General principle, when this, then that. When a woman tries to protect herself, because she doesn't feel a whole lot of protection, she goes masculine, dash. Which is true for her, dash, which she has done. You can feel the behavior in her, can't you? ? Heaviness. And her father's intention is pure, her father's intention is completely pure, but it fucked her up massively. Consequence. Has nothing to do with who she is. Delineating pattern from the real essence. Shalini, is there a crazy bitch inside of you? ? Calling onto another part of hers. for belief change, colon. Cause of the belief. Intent. Consequence. Reframe, comma, another outcome, comma. Changing frame size. When the belief was formed, comma, why the belief was formed, dash. To meet the need for love, comma. To avoid pain in the future, comma. To assure love and pleasure and a supply of good feelings. Yes, I am a master of changing my clients' patterns, colon. First, I see how this behavior is meeting one need and what belief it is held up by. Then I find global solution leverage. She doesn't mean to be a bitch, does she? Intent. She is just trying to please everyone. Intent, comma, behavior. 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 Empathizing, colon. I feel for her, comma, don't you, question mark. That's how trapped that poor woman over there feels. And that would make anyone a bitch. Justification. Because it be so tight inside, comma, so much pressure. Consequence. Can you imagine what that would do to you over years or decades? Consequence, comma, leverage, comma, pain. I feel for her, comma, don't you, question mark. Empathizing. She is trying so hard. Behavior. And she is trying to win a game that is impossible to win. Metaphor. Because in order to win, she would have to be something she is not. You are jumping excited, comma, having fun. Behavior. Now you've come here because this is the last thing you would want, am I right? Question mark. Intent dash motivation. So the interesting thing is hypnotic induction. If we are going to create freedom, intent slash value, we don't want to make her wrong. Behavior dash delineation dash distinction. Because there is nothing wrong with her either. Stating fact. She is trying to be obedient. Behavior. She is trying to be right. Behavior, comma, intent, comma, motivation. Which are noble things. Justification. They are just hard to imagine, because now what you are trying to do is based on what you think somebody else's terms are, not your own. Metaphor. You didn't come to this on your own. Stating fact. You came to this as an adaptation. Fact. But it has been so long that you thought it was you. Time, delineating essence from pattern. Yes, I am a master of applying leverage. Yes, I am a master of applying reinforcement. Yes, I am a master of applying massive leverage onto my client. Period. I utilize a global solution, that which my client values even more than the pain. Reinforcement is also articulating how adjacent, unwanted behaviors are going to fall away. Global healing. I am feeling my client. Selling my client on the change that he wants to experience. I utilize my client's deepest wounds, thoughts, in order to show and cold read his thought patterns. I utilize my client's feelings in order to cold read his feelings. I utilize my client's behaviors to cold read his behaviors. She did, she tried, she tries, she avoids, she desires, she longs for, she loves, she hates, she prefers. Do you love your father? ? Is he a happy man? ? The rules didn't even work for your mother in making herself happy, how would you think they make you happy, a completely different person? ? I understand what is already influencing my client and utilize that for massive psychological leverage. I utilize my client's needs for massive psychological leverage. I show my client how his needs are not going to be met. How his needs have not been met, and linking a past pain to the pattern we want to change. I show how his needs in the future will not be met. I show how the ways he is currently meeting his needs are going to fall away. I show how more of what he avoids, His away from values, are going to be there. Reinforcement. I am going to show and tell how the needs of his vehicles for love, the people in his life that he gets love, significance, and certainty from are going to fall away. Significance and certainty from are going to fall away. I am a master of showing the impact that this behavior has on his vehicles, the people in his life that he wants love, care, attention, status, and recognition from. I create a bargain for my client, I just identify what need the current behavior is meeting, like with Karen who lost her child, Sympathy and grief, which is self-connection among all the stress of being a single mom with 4 children, then I show the consequence of this behavior. Perception of bad intent towards vehicles, people she loves, her children, is masterful leverage. I utilize pre-framing for leverage so that the client comes up with the meaning I want him to. I am a master of reframing, rephrasing, showing the behavior in another context. Pattern, disliking daughter's stubbornness. Reframe based on pain of something happening to his daughter, It can be a very useful trait when she is with a boy and he tries to drag her to the back seat of a car and she doesn't want to be there, period. I utilize my client's identity for massive psychological leverage, who you want to be, what that gives you, needs. How past behavior was out of alignment with who you are and who you want to be and how you want to be. Finding evidence for the real identity in the behavior. Because that is not who you are, and you keep doing it, some force inside you compels you to keep doing it, even though you don't want to do it, period. Leverage, that is the secret to death. Stay puffed up. For the pattern of putting up a behavior that is not her real essence. Yes, I am a master of using how this behavior is killing part of yourself for massive psychological leverage. How the villains are getting in the way of getting her needs met, and how this is going to get worse over time, comma, how she is going to be unhappy faster, comma, easier, and certainly, dash. Selling my client on the change for reinforcement. Yes, I am a master of depicting real-life scenarios with thoughts, comma, feelings, and behavior patterns out of her deepest wound. For Karen, sit down and let your other 4 children's lives be fucked over because you didn't have the courage to step up when God gave you the chance, period. So that their mom is always unhappy and they will forever feel like they are not good enough to make you happy, and let them live with insecurities, comma, fears, and lack of love for the rest of their lives. I would have added, based on her abandonment wound, colon, have them abandon you as soon as they can leave, and abandon you like you feel you always have been abandoned, not just by men, but by your own children that used to love you, all out of your willingness to hold on to this belief that you should be sad. That is not even who you are, comma. That is not what your life is all about. Dash. Never in your life has your life been about behaving like you behave now. And it could, because you believe unconsciously she is not doing it deliberately, need the comfort of feeling bad, comma. It gives you some comfort among all the anger that you harbor, comma, probably towards men in your life, comma, so your energy is being wasted into the emotions of anger and self-blame, comma, that exhausts you because it must, comma. Who wouldn't be exhausted, comma, anybody would be, comma, and it is okay to rest, comma. In fact, there is no other choice but to, comma. But when you use feeling bad as a way of reconnecting to yourself, comma, we, number one, need to fix the anger issue, and number two, the way you reconnect to yourself, period. Plus, comma, I assume you unconsciously believe that if I let go of the belief, it may happen again. And it is a way to pay tribute to your daughter and demonstrate how much you love her, period. For Lisa, colon. Pattern that is getting in the way of meeting her top 2 human needs for love and certainty, colon. Being hard and masculine. This pattern meets her needs. Your son will forever be resisting a true feminine woman, and if you were a sensible person, like I know you are underneath it all, comma, because I see the love you have for your son, and I see the warmth in your voice when you talk about him, comma. As this sensible of a person, you would blame yourself for all the arguments that he will have with his wife and have his children be fucked over for generations to come because you didn't step up and change this when you had the chance to. On the other hand, comma, if you do change, some of his suffering is going to disappear. Reinforcement, colon. And if you did change that, comma, not only will part of his suffering disappear, comma, but you will also make the first step towards changing this crippling self-doubt, so that you do X instead of thinking Y. But many of those have no basis in reality. Fact. But they come not from your own consciously picking it, delineation, but our adaptation, period. But even if you've been the way your father wanted you to be, / hypothetical fulfillment, - you still wouldn't have gotten the amount of love that you would prefer, comma. Am I right or wrong about that? The behavior doesn't accomplish the outcome. And the reason is not because he doesn't fear, love you, but because he believes the shit he told you. Linking pain to his rules, comma, even for himself. So he shut down inside. Consequence. And he is pushing hard to be successful and responsible and take care of his family. Behavior. And I bet he has done those things, comma. Hasn't he? Question mark. And how alive is he emotionally? Question mark. Consequence. But he still feels. Feeling. And when you feel but don't express it, comma, It creates incongestion. Consequence. It creates incongestion. Consequence. What I mean is he feels stress. Feeling. And he has difficulty even expressing it. Behavior. So the greatest gift you could give your father is to go back to him with your joy and your happiness. Linking pleasure to the new behavior. Because part of the beauty that every parent prays for is that their child will be more than they are. Dynamic. So the greatest gift you could give your father is a role model of what's possible to feel fully alive. New empowering alternative, linking pleasure to the behavior. So the question is, have you proven yourself to your father? Outcome accomplished. Yes, I think you have too. Confirmation. So now you could start to lead him by showing him things he doesn't know. New empowering alternative. And there's nothing that delights a father, I am a father, more than to see his daughter fully alive. Pleasure for the new behavior. Leverage, That's got to be heavy. Can you imagine what that would do to you over years or decades? Cause it would be so tight inside, so much pressure. Amplifying the pain. That's how trapped that poor woman over there feels. Now you've come here because this is the last thing you want, am I right? Getting her to affirm that she wants to get rid of the pattern. And if for a moment I feel that I killed any ounce of joy in my daughter, I would be so upset with myself. Pain. So we don't need to do that with him. Delineation, eliminating this option. We can just sneakily graduate you to yourself. New empowering alternative. And if you did that, a couple of things will happen, Future projection pleasure. I can show here a painful and a pleasurable solution. The beautiful relationship you have with your husband will get magnificent. pleasure on her needs for love. As good as you've told yourself it is, seeding doubt through perception. 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 Return, comma, come back, comma, retrieve. Alter positive reinforcement, dash, negative contrast. That's how trapped that poor woman over there feels. And I believe it is a really good relationship. Confirmation. It deserves to be more. Deserves statement. And what will drive him crazy is pleasure, comma, portraying the real life circumstances. Is when he sees the real Shalini return, comma, because he met her initially. Agree. I utilize my client's identity for massive psychological leverage. I show and tell him how he will be the person he doesn't want to be and how he may be losing his identity. I show and tell my client how he will get to the inverse of his identity, dash, his unwanted identity. I resolve that which is threatening the identity and the perception thereof. I am a master of utilizing the disowned parts of himself to show how he will be like that, or in fact, how he already is like people that he doesn't like and embodies these qualities. From understanding my client's identity, I get massive psychological leverage. I am a master of linking the wanted identity to behavior that he is already demonstrating. I am a master of showing how he will lose the current parts of his identity. Shalini. What happened was, colon, the same person, comma, there's just radiance there. Radiance is your energy is coming out, comma, it is not being suppressed. Delineation, comma, pain. I would say we're about halfway through. This is great. the 6th of January. Oh, 1 hour 15. Yeah, it's fine. And now we rest. This is so fine. Ya hum ya hey ya him. Ya hum ya him ya hum ya hum ya hum. Hey ya him ya hum ya hey. Hey ya him ya hum ya hum ya ho ya him. Hey ya him ya hum ya him ya him ya. Ya hey yo me yo me ya hey ya ho hey ya hey ya hey ya hey ya ho me ya ho hey ya ho hey ya ho hey ya ho hey ya hey me ya